Hi, I'm Matthew Ashimolowo. Welcome to the Money Masterclass, where we teach you to make, manage, and multiply money. You know, many people want to know about investment. How do I invest? Where do I get the initial capital to invest? What do I do to invest? My teaching today is going to be a different one. It's going to be on how to invest in yourself. Because if you don't invest in yourself and the wealth comes, a fool and his money can be parted. It is said that the pugilist boxer Mike Tyson made $350 million, but today he is broke, possibly because of the lack of personal investment in oneself. So let's start from there. Number one, optimize your life and circumstances. What do I mean? You were born in a circumstance, you live in a place. Some of you are in the land of opportunities. Someone's praying to have what you have, but you probably have never valued it. So organize your life. Be chaos free. Put order to your immediate environment. Don't let your life be a life of disorder. Don't be the one every morning you wake up, you're going to work or church, you don't know where your socks is. You know, where was my socks? Your shoes are not in order. So optimize your life and circumstance. Some people will think, when I have a big house, then I can be organized. If you cannot be organized in a small place, you cannot be organized in a big place. You know, did you know that if you take people who live in a ghetto and put them in a big, expensive house, they will ghettoize the house? And if you take people who live in some beautiful, nice place, that's their habit, and you put them in the ghetto, you'll be shocked they will transform the ghetto. Optimize your life and circumstances. Number two, you've got to learn to be strong enough to overcome the negatives you've permitted. You see, wealth creation starts with you stopping some negatives. Maybe relations who have been taking advantage of you, people who are blackmailing you, people who are living off you and taking advantage of that opportunity. You have to be strong enough to overcome the negatives you have permitted. Any space you give, people turn it to a bigger space. Have you noticed if a child has temper, if you always respond to the temper tantrum, it increases all the time. Number three, you need to learn to use better equipments and tools for your own vision. What do? Are you a carpenter? Get the best equipment. Are you a plumber? Get the best equipment. What do? Are you a barber? Use the latest, best equipment that money can buy. And if you don't have the money for the best, get the next best. But always settle for best from the beginning, because if that's the way your mind works, you will create wealth. Use better equipment for your work, for your comfort, for excellence. Let that be known of you, that you always commit yourself to the best that a man can get. You know, those who advertise Gillette, the shaving equipment, they say Gillette, the best a man can get. I'm not sure, and I'm not advertising for them, but I'm trying to say that's a nice way to think. Not, you see, the most expensive car is no proof of good transportation. The best will be the one that fits what you do. For example, if for the moment in your career, what you need is a pickup truck, don't go buy yourself an S-Class Mercedes. It's not the best. That pickup truck that both serves you, your family, carries everyone when you are going somewhere, and then serves your business is the best at this time, in this season of your life. Then next thing, expose yourself to the creative world. What do we mean? Open yourself, learn things, or learn art, learn ideas, exercise your creative muscle. In fact, you've read other people's books. Why not even try to write one? Even if you don't intend to publish, just write it. Give someone who can read it, and they'll say, wow, you wrote this. And you'll be amazed. I've written 108 books. The first one was the most difficult. It was the most difficult. I'm voracious with books. I love books. I've read and read and read. But then I had not written until I wrote the first one. But once I wrote the first one and good feedbacks came, boom, 2 or 3 jumped up in my spirit. Once I wrote those 3, another set lined up. And though I've told you I've written 108, I have several others that I have not written that are ready, are in the pipeline. So learn to expose yourself to the creative world and exercise your creative muscle. Next point, clean up your image. Look sharp. Look the way you want to be treated. Look the way you want to be addressed. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Don't say, what's wrong with me? Why should people be looking at my hair? It's product they want to buy. You are a total message. You are a total package. And if you want to create wealth, you have to realize you don't live alone in this world. You have to make yourself acceptable, appreciable, and presentable. You have to realize that people prejudge you before they even hear you open your mouth, speak. We're talking here in investing in yourself. And if you don't, people will know if you are just shell without content. Shell without content. Have you ever seen sometimes a really beautifully well packaged thing, but then no content? But at least it was packaged. So package yourself, then have content. Let me even push further by giving you the next point. The next point, learn languages. Brain expands when you step out of your regular culture. Some people expect everyone to come to them, to their culture, to accept their culture, and to operate in their culture. They don't realize that they need to step out. There are things you don't know. There are reasons people do things the way they do. When you understand another man's language, how his language works, then you will know why when he spoke to you in the language you understood, it sounded like an insult. If, for example, a Frenchman wants to speak English, he probably had to first convert it in his head. It didn't come out the way you know to speak English. You wouldn't take offense because you have learned languages. It also helps you. You go places, people feel comfortable that you could say something in their language. They even are ready to go extra mile, give you a discount. You are investing in yourself. You say, listen, we now live in a global world. We are in the season of globalization. If, for example, I finish what I'm doing right now and I decide I want to go to America, it would take me less than half a day to get there. If I want to go anywhere in the world, we now live in a global village. You know, language has helped for people to be able to make sense of some things and to be able to flow with